Welcome, welcome to my channel. It's Wendy. My channel is Wendy Outdoors. And today Bob and I have come back up to the little cabin on the lake. We have a tiny family off-grid cabin here, and we're up here to do a couple of chores as usual, but also mainly to enjoy ourselves. There's a fire ban here now, and so as a result, we can't have any campfires or any open flames, and I'm assuming that means burning briquettes either. So I felt like doing some sort of pseudo baking today, and I'm going to do it in a frying pan on the Coleman stove. So I'll take you up and I'll explain to the little kitchen, and I'll explain what I'm going to do today. Well, here we are in the tiny kitchen, which is an outdoor kitchen at our little cabin. And what I'm going to make today is a recipe that was given to me some time ago by a good friend who is married into a South Asian family, and one of her sisters-in-law gave me this recipe for an Indian bread, which I believe is called puri. And so I've made it a few times in the past, but not for quite a long time. So, and certainly not under these conditions. The recipe calls for self-raising flour, and I went on the internet to see how I could make some, and I found there's a difference between self-rising and self-raising, and what it is a formula difference with varying the amounts of baking powder and salt to the amounts of flour. So this recipe called for self-rising flour, so I put together some at home, and the other main ingredient is buttermilk. So I brought some powdered milk and lemon, and I'm mixed up that concoction, and I put and it has done what buttermilk looks like. So I'm hoping that this is going to work. I also measured in a couple of cups of the self-raising flour and a little bit of vegetable oil, and I'm now going to mix this in, and then we let it sit to rise for about 2 hours. So after I mix this in, I'll show you what it looks like, and then we'll put it into a rise area where it can be warm, and we'll see what happens. The leavening is baking powder, not yeast. So I'm not quite sure what to expect with that. Okay, we'll see how it goes here. Said it wanted to be quite a soft dough, so we don't want to also add too much of the milk in. I think we've almost got enough. I wasn't quite sure how the powdered milk would work with the lemon, and as there's no fat, I put a little bit of canola oil in here. So it's kind of a bit of a adapted recipe. So, okay. Oh, that feels nice. If anything, it's a bit wet, but I can always add a bit more. Yeah, that's better. There. I think that's probably about it. It was easy enough. And now it sits for 2 hours, her instructions say. And they say, as I haven't done this for a really long time, I don't have a memory of what's the, but it does say a soft dough, and make it, add enough liquid until it feels soft. And there we go. So I'm just going to put it back in here and cover it and leave it for 2 hours. Okay, it's been 2 hours and it has risen. I don't know if it's double, but what now I am supposed to do is take it out. Oh yeah, I can feel that it's been rising. And now I'm supposed to divide it into small pieces, roll them into balls. I'm not quite sure what small is, but say we do this size. Roll it into a ball, let them sit, and then when it's time to cook them, you just flatten them out. So I'm going to carry on here, dividing this and making all these little balls. And while I was waiting those 2 hours, I thought it would be fun to try to cook 3 different types. I'm not sure, it's like fry bread really, it seems to me. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to make the first ones plain. The second ones I'm going to roll in some herbs that I've combined from the garden and dried, and so I'm going to roll them in that and then flatten them so they'll be more savory. And then the third lot, after they come out of the frying pan, hopefully nice and puffy, I'm going to dip them in on both sides in some brown sugar and some cinnamon. So I'll continue on with getting these ready, and then when I start to cook them, I'll turn the camera back on and we'll give it a go. So, you know, despite the, we're hoping that despite the fire restrictions, we can still do some pseudo baking on the Coleman Triton gas stove. And nothing ventured, nothing gained. So we'll give it a go. Okay. I think I've got this just about, I think it's, the temperature of the oil is pretty much spot on. If I check it with some water. Now I'm making these fairly small, obviously. Maybe I should have made them a bit bigger, but stretch them out. This is roll them, but as I don't have a rolling pin, I'm just going to press them out. Let's try that. I think this will be an experiment in how thick they should be. Right. Now I'm sure that the people, my friend's aunt, as she does this, does a much superior job, but that's okay. I think this could be a little bit hotter. Don't want a fire here either, so. Yeah, that's a bit better. And hit the fat a bit quicker. All right. So far. Get one more in there. This is what you do when you're out at the lake. It's a nice day. Don't want to sit in the sun. Whoa, that's a good one. Okay. All right, here we are. Here we got the plain, the savory, and the sweet. So all that's left now is to take a piece of each of them and give them a try. They look good. What do you think? if you have tried something like this and have had some success, please make a note in the comments, and if you have some advice for me as a new puri maker. Okay, we're going to try the plain one. Tastes good. I think when we had it, we also had yogurt to dip it in. It had some savory seasoning in it. It's good. It's supposed to be an accompaniment to a main meal. And now we'll try the savory one. I don't really taste the seasoning too much. I think I would up the spice, put some spice into the seasoning instead of the herbs. But tastes fine. I think part of that one wasn't quite done. Now we'll try the sweet. Well, what can you really say? Anything with cinnamon and brown sugar on it is going to taste okay. It wasn't as good. It's not as good as when I used the sourdough and flattened them out the same way, made the balls, flatten them out, and put them in the fat. But it's very, very similar. Well, I think I could make some improvements on that. Definitely jazz up and spice up the middle one. And I think it'd be really, really good with a yogurt dip, yogurt and maybe dill. Or anyway, it's good, and it's a quick and easy way to make some bread while you're out camping or at the cabin, like I am today. It's a Friday today, and so there's people coming up in their boats as I speak. You can hear motors in the background. It's been very quiet, but the weekend's coming and there'll be a lot more noise, so we'll be heading back probably first thing tomorrow morning. But it's been fun. The weather's been terrific, and I hope you enjoyed that. So give it a try. It's another easy way to make something good to eat. You bring a simple ingredients, basically flour, baking powder, and salt. Add some, I did the buttermilk with the skim milk and a bit of lemon. It worked fine, and I think I could improve on my technique and getting the fat at the right temperature, but those are all minor things. So thanks for coming along today. I hope you enjoyed that, and I hope you're having a good summer too. Bye bye for now.